Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy everything. You're on Broadway, and I am pleased to be celebrating the holidays, welcoming back Katharine McPhee and welcoming for my first visit, David Foster.
Hey.
Yoo-hoo.
Hi, Julie. It's great to be back
Hi,
with
Julie.
you.
Happy
I've had the
holidays.
pleasure of being with you many times, but this is David's first time with you.
Hey, I'm a newbie.
I know. I'm so pleased to have you as a pair. And thank you for helping us ring in the holidays. Depending upon when people are listening to this, Thanksgiving, you are doing the most iconic holiday treatment ever. The iconic Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and the Rockefeller
Or
Christmas tree.
lighting. That's right.
We are, if there's a tree to be lit or a
We're
parade to be had, we're there.
lighting it. We're lighting it.
I love it. So you all have been so busy touring. How has that been going as you've been bringing Christmas to practically every city in America?
Well, David has been particularly busy this holiday season, this whole fall season. I've been busier in different ways, being home, managing home and our son with school.
In our new
But
house.
but David has, since this is the Broadway channel, David has been in New York for a month plus and then coming back and forth to LA. And now he's in Chicago. They're getting ready to open Betty Boop. It's called Boop
Yes,
in Chicago.
Chicago.
The actual opening date is December 6th. I'm going to be there opening night,
Mhm.
but I'm so excited. I've not seen anything. And so all the while he's doing that, working really hard on opening a new show. And then we're doing Christmas promo in between. So it's been a wild time.
Wild. Well, congratulations, David. I have so many friends who are either in the Chicago area and seeing it or traveling from New York to get their early peek at it. And I'm so jealous.
I think it's so cool to see a new show that's going to Broadway, because we know it's going to Broadway. We just put it out there.
Oh, yeah.
My only reference is because I've never done a Broadway show before, but and you probably know this is under the direction of Jerry Mitchell, who's
Mitchell, the
incredible.
best.
And the whole team, Bob Martin and Susan Birkenhead and David Rockwell. And my only reference is I saw a workshop or a preview of
Come From Away
in La Jolla before it went to Broadway. And I just felt such a big part of it. I felt like, oh, I was in on something when they were just using no props.
You could see something was special about it,
yeah,
too, right?
And then I went to Broadway and I thought, oh, I helped get it to Broadway.
Right.
I didn't, but
I mean, Julie, I know I would expect a lot of your audience knows this, but just for those who don't, like the whole purpose of doing a show out of town trial is because it needs to kind of work out the kinks, and the audience lets you know what works and what doesn't work. And so it's a really exciting time for your new show.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. You learn so much by just being in front of an audience. And as you said, letting them tell you, where's the wave, the wave of laughter, the wave of response, the big applause. I love it. I'm so glad.
One of the things, David, we were talking about this earlier in a different interview that gets him excited because we are in the Christmas holiday season, but he's so funny. He's like he's like the master of creating the best Christmas albums of all time, I think, with Bublé and Celine and Andrea Bocelli, and then our Christmas album, which I have to say I think is pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. He's not like a big Christmas guy. He's like, yeah, I like it. Christmas is fun. But one of the things he gets excited about, not like Christmas, is new talent. And you have a lot of new talent that are in your new show on Broadway.
Yes, this young girl named Jasmine Rogers. Which the cast is great, but Jasmine in particular,
she's a star.
I think she's a star.
Yeah.
And so that'll be fun to see.
Yeah. And Kat, you used to sing a lot of the songs when David was originally writing them and working on them. Weren't you doing
in all the demos?
I
mean, we're so thankful to her.
I was just a little.
She was geographically desirable, and she's an amazing singer. So I would wake up, go to the piano, and say, "Hey, sing this."
Yeah.
Hey, sing this, and that certainly helped.
Well, I can't wait to get my chance to hear more of Boop. And for sure, if you're in the Chicago area, get yourself there and then tell me all about it. But back to Christmas. You two, as Kat, you just said a few moments ago, David, you've worked on some of the most iconic Christmas albums. Well, really just all of the music, the tapestry, the soundtrack of so many of our lives. And it must be really neat to be able to make music not only with so many of just the best vocalists in the world, but now you're making Christmas music with your own wife.
I know.
How special is that?
Well, it is very special for the obvious reasons, but also I love, as you pointed out, I love great singers. And my wife is a great singer. And so to just be able to like imagine anything and have her do it is incredible. She sings perfectly in tune and she sings beautifully. And
I have my moments.
I can't tolerate bad singers. I mean, I just never been able to. And
didn't really ever have to work with bad singers,
no,
I think.
No, I didn't.
Not when you're on David's level. I think so much about my own Christmas memories, my own childhood memories. And there's a song in there that's really been a part of the fabric of my life and so many others for just practically as long as I can remember. Because I was a big Christian music was very big in my household. So Santa Patty,
say Amy Grant?
Amy Grant, baby. The Amy Grant Grown Up Christmas List, in addition to, and I was just thinking the other day how incredible it is that we don't have Natalie Cole with us anymore. It's almost
I know.
It's almost like because of her music, she's still here. So,
that Amy Grant version of my Grown Up Christmas List, which I've told you this many times.
Yeah.
It was my introduction to that song.
Yeah.
And so we have that in common, Julie. It's such a good version. I mean, it's honestly still, you did a great one with Natalie Cole, obviously, but
and Barbara did it. I did it with Barbara.
So I still feel like that version with Amy Grant is my favorite, even though you didn't produce it.
Right.
Yes, but
it's always interesting when you write a song and then somebody else produces it and does their take on it. And actually, Amy, they added another verse. It was like, no, you can't do that.
Anyway, well, I have a real treat for everyone. We have David Foster and Katharine McPhee in the Sirius XM studios to give us their version, which of course appears on your album, but we like to make it intimate and special. Especially, this is our present to you on Sirius XM.
Do you remember me? Sat upon your knee. I wrote to you with childhood fantasies. Well, I'm all grown up now, but still need help somehow. I'm not a child, but my heart still can dream. So here's my lifelong wish, my grown-up Christmas list. Not for myself, but for a world in need. No more lives torn apart, that wars would never stop, and time would heal our hearts. Everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never end. No, this is my grown-up Christmas list. What is this illusion called? The innocence of the youth. Baby, only blindly believe. Can we ever find the truth? No more lives torn apart, that wars would never start, and time would heal our hearts, and everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never. This is my grown-up Christmas list. This is my only wish. This is my grown-up Christmas list.
That is the great David Foster and Katharine McPhee. David, thank you for creating that song. It is a sentiment that I think just warms everyone's hearts. I listen to it when it's not even Christmas time.
I love that. Well, I have to give credit to Linda Thompson, too, who wrote the lyric, because the lyric is very poignant.
It is, especially the no more.
She was ahead of her time there.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. No more wars. No more.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Isn't that amazing how the lyrics of something can change so much over time based on what's just going on around us? Yeah. And that's the thing about Christmas music being perennial, right? Like you can rehear it. Everybody gets out your album every year.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I just don't have any problem listening to Christmas songs over and over again. And I guess the rest of the world doesn't either, just because maybe you're.
No, I mean, listen, I still hear when it goes bling, 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 bling. And then Michael Bublé goes, it's beginning. It's just it's Christmas to me.
So good.
Yeah. It puts you in the mood. Now, what is Christmas like around your house now that you have your adorable boy growing up? Is he into Christmas presents galore?
Yeah. Well, let's just say this Halloween was fun because every time we saw a pumpkin, he said, Halloween, Halloween.
Oh.
And then now he doesn't even realize there's Thanksgiving, like that we haven't actually moved on to Christmas yet. But because we're doing so much holiday promotion, I think he just thinks it's so anyway, it'll be fun for him to realize that there's something in between Halloween and Christmas. But yeah, right now it's all about Christmas, and we have a new home to move into, but unfortunately we're not allowed to move into it yet. So we're probably still kind of going to be in boxes and things like that. It won't be as holiday as I would love it to be.
That next year's when he's really going to know.
I know, but I mean, I just never like to miss an opportunity to have. But so I'll do something. I'll make the condo all decked out or something. But like I've done previous years.
Put the garland around the boxes.
Yeah.
Sit on top of them.
Exactly. Now we're gonna be in New York, obviously doing the Thanksgiving Day parade, and I plan on taking him to see the Rockettes, which is something that I always love to do every year without even having a child. It's like great for any age, but it's going to be very, very special to take him this year. There's nothing like more holiday Christmas than the Rockettes.
Truly.
Nothing more New York than going to the Radio City Music Hall. So.
Oh, that's going to be so special. I got to share that with my mother as an adult because she had a memory of going to it as a kid.
Right.
And then, now that years into me living here, we shared that together. So it's like, it's timeless as well to share with family. I just wanted to say that my mom got to see you in Dayton, Ohio recently, you and David together.
Oh, did she tell you that when I came out, the first thing I said, I started with David's version that he did with Michael Bublé, Cry Me a River. And I sing, now you say you're lonely. You cry the whole night through. And then there's a break. And I say, oh, how's it going, Toledo? And you can cry me a river. That's the first thing I do when I come out. And I said, Toledo. And then the song ended. David said, what did you say when you first came out? And he's like, did you say Toledo? And then I just thought, oh God, what did I do? Because I knew we were in Ohio.
Yeah.
Anyway. Audience was very gracious, and
yeah, they were great.
But tell your mom.
She did not say that. She said, first of all, she was looking forward to it for months in advance. And then she and her bestie told me all about it. And they had a wonderful evening. And they raved about these special guests that you had. I guess there's like a next gen Andrea Bocelli. I don't know his name.
Right? Those are just
maybe Fernando.
Oh, Fernando.
Yeah, I like to go to the audience and get people to sing, and you never know what you're going to get, and it's always random. It's never planted, and sometimes you get really lucky and get somebody great.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, I'm always so thrilled when I hear from listeners around the country who get their chance to hear and see you in person in concert. And one of those included my mom. So I was just so happy about it.
Well, we have a ton more tour dates next
February.
year. All of February. We're on the road for 3.5 weeks, and we're actually going to be on a bus. So we've never.
Hey, if it's good enough for Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, it's good enough for us.
Absolutely. Those buses are tricked out these days.
Yeah, they are. But anyway, we've never done it before, so it's going to be interesting.
You all really impress me with your togetherness. That because that's kind of miraculous that you're able to work together, play together, love together, parent together.
Well, it wasn't the plan when we got together. It wasn't like, hey, you know what we should do? We should get married and we should tour together. That was not part of our.
And we should stay home because there's going to be a pandemic.
Yeah, we didn't know all that was going to happen, but anyway, we had a pandemic.
You graced us. You kept us going. I remember those videos by the piano when nobody could go anywhere or do anything or hear anybody, and that was you helped. You were part of getting us through, and I'll always remember the artists for getting us through that really dark time.
True enough.
On the opposite side of things, I do want to play an album cut from your Christmas album. And this just always makes me feel so seasonal and so merry. And it's such a great version with you two. This is Snow. 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 I want to wash my hands, my face, my hair with snow. Snow, snow, to clear just made of snow. Snow, snow, snow. To see a great big man entirely made of snow. It's snowing all winter through. That's where I wanna be. Snowball flowing, that's what I'll do. I'm going to ski. Those glistening houses that seem to be big as love. Snow, 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 snow. To see a mountain covered with a quilt of snow. What is Christmas with no snow? No one Christmas with no snow, snow, snow. I'll soon be there with snow. I'll wash my hair with snow. And with a spade of snow, I'll build a man that's made of snow. Oh, really? I love to stay up with you, but I recommend a little shut up, girl. Sleep. Snow. I'll be there with snow. Snow, 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 snow. I wash my hands, my face, my hair with snow. Dream and dream. Snow, 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 snow. That is music from Katharine McPhee and David Foster to put you in a merry mood this season. Ooh. And it's Thanksgiving weekend, and so many people are spending it with you because you're in the New York sandwich right now. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and the Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting. I mean, two of them, I don't ever miss them. Before I ever dreamed of living in New York, I never missed those two things.
Oh, there really are like the two top things you can do to celebrate the holiday. So it's going to be a really wonderful time to be in the city. And that last song you heard, Snow, maybe it'll snow while we're there.
Maybe. What do you think now that you are that you do spend so much of your time in Los Angeles? Do you miss snow?
Well, David, I know what your answer is. I love the East Coast and I love all the seasons. And so that's the one thing, the snow aspect that I wish that we had in LA a little bit.
And I grew up in Canada
where it rained
all the time in Vancouver Island. So if I never see rain or snow, then I'll be happy. Ever.
Oh, you little.
I want to point out too, I was doing a little research because we're backtracking now, but my musical Boop opening in Chicago, I was naming some people and I was trying to remember the name of great Tony Award winner, costume designer Greg Barnes, who's super famous, and I couldn't remember his name offhand, but there you go. Greg Barnes is our costume designer.
Greg Barnes is a wonder, an astounding wonder, and just won the Tony this year for Some Like It Hot.
I know. And we've got him.
And Follies and so many. I mean, I have iconic sketches of his from Follies that I got at the Broadway Cares Flea Market, you know, and just like made a little collage of them. He's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah. David, what made you want to work on a musical that was inspired by an iconic character like Betty Boop?
Well, you know, I've been in a pop bubble my whole life, making, you know, pop music. The honest answer is nobody ever asked me to do a musical. And somebody came along, Bill Haber, to be specific, the producer of Betty Boop, years ago, and he said, "Hey, do you want to write a musical?" I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." So nobody asked. He was the first to ask.
Wow. It's it harkens back to a bygone era where there was a lot more crossover. If you think of the days of Barbara Streisand being on Broadway and then becoming, you know, like such a recording artist legend, there was so much more American Songbook, which was the popular music of the day, and crossover with Broadway. And then, you know, and then that just kind of went away. So I think you're the perfect person to give us memorable original music on Broadway. Come on.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. And there's guys like Justin Paul and
Ben Pasek.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are, to me, they're like the future of Broadway. I think they're just great writers, and yeah, there is a place for quote unquote pop writers on Broadway. And like you pointed out, and I'd forgotten, that's the way it used to be.
Right.
In the 40s and 50s, the Broadway writers were the pop writers. So hopefully they'll take kindly to me.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you. And I think to have a David Foster musical on Broadway.
I hear the score is just beautiful.
Well, you sang it also.
No, I mean.
Yeah, it's really
all the
orchestrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug Besterman did the orchestrations and they're amazing.
Yeah, but they're inspired by the things you've created.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Also,
credit to everybody else.
When we get on down the line, David, you're going to be shocked at the Broadway recording process where, you know, you could probably spend a week on just like a single vocal line. And
I've done it before. I produced the original Dreamgirls album, which actually we won a Grammy for. So I was shocked then at the process, but now it won't shock me.
Why? Because it was so fast?
2 days is all you get.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But they know it. You use the band from the show and they all know the music, and it just, it was easy.
Yeah. Oh, Kat, I just remembered another thing Broadway related I wanted to ask you about. Are you planning, and your schedule is so busy, but I hope you do get to see the filmed version of Waitress.
So funny because I still work with Nadia, who is the musical director on Waitress, and she had said it had went to Tribeca Film Festival, but then it hadn't gotten bought out yet. So I just started seeing that it's available.
It's going to be December 7th and 8th in cinemas.
Oh,
and I'm sure
in cinemas?
It's going to be in theaters.
Well, you know, I'll be there.
Yeah. And I got to see it at Tribeca, and I think you would be so proud of them. It's Drew Gehling and Caitlin Houlihan and Charity Angel Dawson. And
all the people that I did it with.
I know. Right. And I was thinking of you. I think you'll be really, really proud of it. And I think it's going to bring back a lot of memories for you.
Oh, that Sarah didn't get sick during the filming.
Well, it will be really special for me to see it because it will like remind me of things that I did. Like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And that's what it looked like when it was all.
That was amazing in that show. I mean,
you really were.
Sarah wrote a great score.
Her scores was beautiful.
Yeah. Speaking of pop writers that cross over. Yeah. That's a great example.
Write another show. That would be amazing.
Me too. And I think that you were just phenomenal in it. And I'll never forget us sitting down and you talking about like your first rehearsals where it was like so many props.
Oh
like
my gosh.
The pies and the props on props on props. So I was thinking that.
I'm watching that in Boop now with the tech rehearsals. God, it's like endless. Like pass this thing over here. No, slide that thing here.
And they have to be, everything has to be so specifically put places. It's like, it's a dance. It really is.
And I have to dance out of here.
I know.
That's right. Well, happy holidays. We're just so pleased that you made the time to visit with us, and we're wishing you all the merriest and best for the rest of your holiday season. And it's really,
thank you, Julie.
Oh, thank you. And it's so wonderful to have your Christmas music to take us through the season on this channel and so many others. So I'm going to send us out with another live performance from David Foster and Katharine McPhee. This is my tip of the hat to how the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade ends. Because it ends with Santa Claus coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
and that's always, for me, that's the true kickoff to Christmas. So,
Merry Christmas.
Very happy. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you. We appreciate you squeezing the time for us.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you what, Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, he knows if by the good so they get for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you what, Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been back. It's only your goodness sake. Go, watch out. You better not cry. You better not cry. Tell you what, Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, but checking it twice. But God, somebody on nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. There's a special. Santa Claus is coming. A town.
Katharine McPhee and David Foster in that Holly Jolly favorite recorded live at the Sirius XM studios.